starved for erotica. No, I didn't shave my legs, but I will. I need to go faster in the water.
Hi, Craig. Yeah, my name is Forrest. I'd like to say I appreciate your irreverence, and it's a great day for America, everybody. I'm a little nervous. What's your biggest fear of drinking again?
Of biggest fear of what?
Of drinking again.
My biggest fear of drinking again?
How do you maintain your sobriety? 12 steps or?
The way I maintain my sobriety is I get help periodically in church basements from people who prefer to remain anonymous.
Love the show. Always been curious, is there anything actually written on those cards that get torn up at the beginning?
Oh yeah. No, they write down questions and stuff like that. They still do it. Well, you see, the people who do that, they're in a union. So I gotta have the cards, but when the cards are there, I just say them. It's also become for me a kind of a symbolic act of defiance. This is not what you think.
Yeah.
That's all. That's why I do it. And I do it sometimes, particularly with the so-called A-list guests, because they come with, big movie stars in particular, will come with an idea of what they're going to talk about, and I like to show them that that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Puppets?
The puppet guy in the
Puppets
union?
don't have a union.
They don't have a union?
No, they're just awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do one more, I think, and then I think we should go on.
I actually don't have a question. I just want you to know that I've had one of the hardest years of my life, and your show has brought me and my brother, the guy with the long hair, and my whole family back together, and you've helped me rediscover laughter. So thank you.
It's kind of creepy this is in the church as well, and so thank you. I'm glad. I hope that it helps to laugh sometimes. Yeah.
I listened to one of your interviews one time, and you talked how you got the Drew Carey show. You were in an audition, and you auditioned for a Hispanic part. Can we hear your accent that you used in that audition?
Lucy, you got a lot of explaining to do.
I'll make this quick. Just one quick question. When do we get the DVD compilation of all your Sean Connery routines?
The people that make the DVDs, they're in a union. I have no control over any of that stuff. The only thing that I have control over, I'm not a producer of the show. I don't own any of the show. I'm not in any way in charge of anything other than this. Oh, did you see? I got a message. Hold on.
Wow.
Oh dear, hang on. This is terribly rude. People to text me while I'm doing this. Let's see, but I have to be honest, it's from my ex-wife, so I should.
Which one?
Yep, that's her. Right, okay. What? I'm sorry. No, I don't have anything to do with the Sean Connery DVDs. I can't do that. What happens is this though, that when they start the cameras, I get to do whatever I want, and then they put it out. And as long as I can do that, I think that's the best I can hope for with these people, to be honest. And as soon as they realise that there's any kind of popularity in this, they'll start helping me, and then the show is ruined. So let's try and keep it a secret for as long as we can. All right, what I'll do is, I'll just, yes, of course, absolutely.
Mr. Ferguson, now that you are a U.S. citizen and you got your second chance, are you going to be an active, positive, participating in your son's life? Really be active in the community, be active in the local school board meetings, things like that? Are you going to be active civically? Oh, no. I mean, really, from the heart, are you going to be a U.S. are you going to be a positive role model for your child?
Am I going to be a positive
Yeah,
role model
a really
for my child?
positive, so that he'll grow up.
Of course, I'm going to be. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to be a positive role model for my child. But here's what I will not do. I will not tell him I am being a positive role model. I will just do my best to help him grow up and be a decent human being. That's I think my job.
Okay, and when he comes to you, you're going to be there for him, right? So that he grows up into a good, understanding, good citizen, right?
That's not what we're here. So that when he comes to me.
Yeah, when he comes to you, with questions, with whatever you want, advice, are you going to be there for him so that, and guide him so that he's a good U.S. citizen?
I can't hear it with all that. Am I going to be there for him?
Yeah.
This may come as a shock to you. Yes. I think my job is...
True. That's a good promise. A positive promise, right?
I in no way mean this disrespectfully, but I think you should reconsider that question. Because you don't know me, and you don't know my son. And the question that you asked me comes across to me, it kind of assumes, in my mind, I assume a defensive position. Because you said to me, are you going to be there? And I'm like, I'm his father. Yes. Of course I'm going to be there. I wonder what prompts the question, if I may ask you.
Because I just want, the next generation to grow up a little more sensitive to other people, to other races, just to be there and be a nice person.
No, come on, be fair.
Because I've been around here and I have met a lot of people that are not, let's say, very personable. And I have tried my best to be personable, but it's very hard to be personable.
All right, let me give you a tip. Here's what I find, because I find myself, I am most of the time personable. And talking to you, I find my personability epic. What I mean by that is, and I mean this seriously, I don't mean it to be mean, I really don't, but perhaps think about how you approach it. Because you assumed, it sounds, I'm sure you don't assume, but maybe in the asking of the question, it comes across to me like you assume that I have to somehow change my ways to be a good father, and I find myself becoming defensive. I wonder if that happens to you with other people. That's what I mean.
I know that, but I try not to, be that way. I try to be very neutral.
Oh no, I love that. Oh, this is like being married.